Good morning. I'm going to be very brief because I am not a formal speaker here. I'm more in the nature of a cheerleader for all of you who are about to give us the real goods. What I want to say to you all is you're here for one of two reasons. One, because you are already what I call one of the people of the globe, which is to say you know that the earth is round and therefore you have somehow figured out that what goes on at the poles is as important as what goes on in equatorial earthly matters. Or you're here because you have heard of the Arctic and don't know much about it, and therefore don't know that Alaska and Russia are very close next-door neighbors. And of course we are going to take every opportunity, our Russian friends, to get together and talk about our common seaway, among other things that we have in common, namely our indigenous people who are in many cases still relatives, families who've been separated, and so forth. We are people who are reindeer eaters, and we are people who think about icebreakers. The last point I want to make to leave you with is I think, because I am such a believer in people-to-people knowledge, that Arctic tourism is going to be a key to the development of the region in good and sustainable and non-harmful ways. And yet we all know that even tourism can be done in ways that can be harmful. And so one of the things I'm looking for are volunteers whose professional associations make you want to help in this cause. I'm proud to tell our Russian friends, your good Ambassador Kislyak, who I said hello to briefly in Fairbanks, said he'd be delighted to help organize circumpolar Arctic tourism with me. He would even be happy to be its first tour guide. So those of you who are in the tourism and transportation sectors, please keep in mind without east-west air service, the Arctic is going to have a tougher time developing, because every time you have to go south in order to go east or west, you lose precious time, and more importantly, you lose the chance to develop the relationships that should be existing on their own. So having said all that, I now turn you over to this esteemed panel.